and here is my sweet cream or sweet corn casserole. 14 little circles out of this. Oh my gosh, that's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And here we are. I didn't think it was gonna pop up that easily. I gotta get to chopping those onions. And you know what I forgot on my plate? A piece of sausage. Putting this on top. And oh my gosh, these are delicious. Isn't that cute? And there, that's the finished one. I wish I had videotaped in there. Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be making a Scarecrow wreath. I'll be using items from the Dollar Tree. I do have one item from thrift store and I also have a couple of items from Hobby Lobby. So you'll be needing an array of items. You can get your items wherever you wish. I also will be showing you what tools you'll be needing and hopefully you can recreate the same. If not, just get inspired to create something similar. So let's get right to it. Okay, let's talk about the main item that you will need. You will need a wreath. I have here an 18-inch straw wreath that I got at the Dollar Tree. It was $5.99. Now, I got this with a 40% off coupon that I can use on my Hobby Lobby app. So if you want to do that, or just look it up and on your browser, on your phone, and save and bookmark it, because you can go in there and get the coupon, and all they got to do is look at it and they'll give you the 40% off. Unless you're able to just print it out, then go ahead and do that. But that's what I did. I got it at 40% off. You might also look for sales, or get it somewhere else and maybe you can find it for less amount of money. Also at Hobby Lobby, I got this little straw hat. This is does it tell me the size? It doesn't really tell me the size. I'm going to say this is about an 8 to 10 inch little straw hat. So you need one of these. This was only $1.79, and I found this in the craft section, way in the back in the corner, where the styrofoam and the paints and things like that are. I thought maybe it would be in the floral department. I looked, and I finally asked someone, so it was way back in the back. So I'm going to be using this little straw hat. Now, to create my scarecrow, besides needing the hat, I'm going to need some items that I found. Well, at least one item that I found at the thrift store. And this is the cheapest thing you can do, is just go to the thrift store, go to the baby department, and look for some little jeans. Look at all the little cute little jeans that I found. There you go. I believe this is the one I'm going to be using. Yes, because these are for someone else. Someone else is going to make the same wreath that I am making. Let me just put these down here at the bottom. So I'm going to need a little pair of little baby jeans. Try to get the smallest size you can find. These are 18 to 24 months. If you can find smaller ones, like maybe 12-month-old, get those. And this cost me $1.09 at the Goodwill. And they did have a special, so if I bought 3 of them, I got an extra discount. So I got each one for 75 cents. So I got 3 of them for like $2.50, something like that. Anyway, there you go. So get some little jeans. You're going to need some other items, which I got at the Dollar Tree. Each of these items were only $1. The first thing I looked for was some pretty leaves. So I got these little bushes. These are little maple leaves, and it's got some little berries on them. Watch out, because my little cat might come through here. And they also have like a little pumpkin in there, so I like that. You can see the little pumpkin there. And I got 4 of those. They're all the same. And then I got this little stem of some grass. And I like the color. They had it in red and something a little more yellow, and then I think they had like a green. But I like this one. It was more of a golden, kind of a orangey tone. And then I got some sunflowers. And there you go. I may not use them all. I may use them all. There was 6 in the little bunch. So that's a pretty good number. Okay, so we're going to use that. I also found, just in case I may need it, I don't think I'm going to be using these, but in case I do, I got these maple leaves. These are, again, from the Dollar Tree, and there's like 50 pieces in each one. And I got this one because it's got some red assorted with some green, and then it's got some glittery leaves in there also. This one was like orange and brown colors, and it includes some glittery leaves in there also. They also had another package which was much more yellow, and I decided to nix on that one. Okay, I also found these decorative mesh rolls. I got one in orange. This has like a gold shimmer metallic thread going through it. And I also got it in brown. Again, these are all from the Dollar Tree. All these items that I'm showing you so far. I got this wire edged ribbon. This is 9 feet, so it's 3 yards of ribbon so that I can make my bow, and that's perfect. I actually have another small roll, which I'll bring out in a little bit because I might be using that. It's just a thinner roll. I'll show it to you if I do decide to use it. Then I got these little acorn decorations. I don't know if I'm going to use them. Again, these were from the Dollar Tree, but I just decided to bring them out in case I wanted to add them into my wreath. And then I also got this from the floral department because so far all these items here that I've shown you are from their fall. And you want to go in there, you want to get them now because a lot of that stuff is going. They do have Halloween, and I think pretty soon they're going to start moving in Christmas. You can also find a lot of decorative items from Hobby Lobby. You can go to Joann, Michael's, and I also went to, what was the other store that I went to? It was a store called At Home, and they had a lot of stuff also that you could use for fall. And they're also, so just go grab whatever you can find, and maybe even in your grocery store you'll find some stuff. Walmart. Okay, I also got this Excelsior. It's like a raffia. I got this because I don't know if I'm going to use this one or some existing raffia that I already had. And I got this at Hobby Lobby, and this was a fuller package, but I've been using a lot of it, so I wasn't sure I was going to have enough. So I went ahead and I grabbed this one, and maybe I'll go for this first, or maybe this, I don't know, but we'll see. Either way, you're going to need some raffia, and you can get any color raffia that you might find. So let's put all these items aside because there's a couple of, besides the thin, these little berries are flying everywhere. I better collect them before they fall off the table. We're going to want to stuff these little pants, and that's why I'm going to need that smaller ribbon too, now that I think about it. And I've got some batting here. You can use the filler type of poly filler, like for pillows. This is a quilter's batting, but I'm going to go ahead and use that because that's what I happen to have on hand. But you can fill it up with anything. If you have some old rags, even some newspaper print, or even some plastic bags, you can stuff these little pants with. And I'm not sure we're going to end up cutting these because I really just want the legs. And I'll explain that in a moment. My tools are going to be a pair of scissors. Make sure you use some scissors that you can cut your wired edge ribbon with. Don't use your scissors that you use to cut your nice fabrics when you're doing your sewing or quilting. And you're going to need some wire cutters because I might be using some wires. I don't know. But I'm also going to be using it to cut these stems. And I'm certainly not going to use my scissors for that. My light just went out, so that's okay. We can still work. Okay, let's get all these items out of the way. Let's get started on our first step, and that's to filling in the little pants. All right, I also forgot to mention that you will be needing a glue gun, and you will be needing some glue sticks, and you may be using some U-pins, and I will be grabbing those when I get to them, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. They're U-pins or floral pins, however you want to call them. But I'll show you what they are when we get to that. Let's get to the little jeans first. Okay, here's my little baby jeans. I'm going to remove any tags that are on them. And now I'm going to get some of this quilter's batting or poly batting, whatever you find, polyfill. And just grab pieces from it. Let's move that one out of the way for now. And let me cut this into little pieces so I can ball them up. Probably saying, oh, what a waste. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to tie the bottom of these little pants. You can use a little rubber band, you can use some wire, but I'm going to use a string of raffia. So let's grab some of that. Okay, let's take our raffia. Okay, and then we're going to tie it at the bottom. We're going to leave about 2 to 3 inches of fabric at the bottom end of the pants. We want to close this up right here, that opening. That's what we're doing. And knot it. And I probably should have cut that in half so that it wouldn't matter. Do the other side, same thing. Okay, now I've got these two bottom parts, and I'm just trimming a little bit of the raffia. I can put some more raffia on later, but for now I just really want to close that up so that I can go ahead and get this stuffing into them. Just enough to make them look full and rounded. There we go. It doesn't have to be like real tight in there, okay? Just, you know, it's okay if they're a little flat. Just want to give them a little bit of dimension. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Here's another piece. I have this all in pieces. That's why I'm okay with using this for this specific I wouldn't be cutting a big old piece. Okay, here we go. And stuff it some more, and I'm cutting it into pieces because it's easier for me to make little balls, if you will, like so, and stuff it, then try to put this whole piece in there, and because this makes it a nice light fluffy feel like that. And we're not going to worry about the top part because this top part is going to get attached to the back of the wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue gun. I'm going to put this down on the side, excuse me. I'm going to use my glue gun so I can go ahead and seal this part. These little jeans are never going to get used again. If you feel like you do want to use them again and you use them on an actual baby, then you probably don't want to hot glue them or do anything like that. But you know what? They were only 75 cents and this is what they're going to go for. So I'm just going to put some hot glue right in there on the edge and just close these up. Now if you want to sew them by hand and just seal them, go right ahead. Okay, so that's all I want to do is I just want to close them from here. Okay, so now I'm going to take my straw wreath, and this is going to be the messiest part, and we can probably skip right through this. You don't have to remove this plastic that's going around it. If you want to leave it on there, go right ahead. I'm going to remove it. Now, a lot of straw is going to go flying everywhere if you do that, and of course little bugs will get into it, but you can always treat it with a clear sealant, and that'll kind of help keep some of the bugs. But if you're going to put this outdoor in your front door, expect there to be some little bugs in there, so that you know. Now when you're cutting this off, be very careful because your straw wreath is wrapped with this little plastic kind of like a fishing wire, if you will. It sort of kind of looks like that. You can't see it on the camera, but when you're opening it up, just be very careful that you don't cut that. Otherwise you'll have to wrap that little section up. So all this is just that it's wrapped around. So I basically just want to make sure that I pull off the plastic like that. So I'll be taking this off. This is a little tedious part, so we'll be back. Okay, so here I am. I've removed all the plastic, and as you can see, there's a, well, I don't know if you can see, but there's a bunch of little bits of straw everywhere, and that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of brush it off a little bit. I'll probably end up getting some more, but that's okay. Some is falling on the floor, that's okay. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to attach these little pair of jeans. I don't want to attach them to the front. I want to attach them from behind. So here's where I'm going to be using a lot of glue, and I'm going to be using some of the U-pins, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get those U-pins to push through all that denim, because what I want to do is I want to have these little jeans hanging off the bottom of the wreath. So we're going to want to do it this way, and this is the back. Now what I want to do is I want to make it look like we're looking at the Scarecrow from behind. So these little back pockets are actually going to be facing the front of my wreath. The reason that I'm doing that is because I'm putting a little hat. So this looks like, this is his little head right here. His torso would be right here. And here are his legs. So I'm putting these jeans backwards because we're looking at the back of his head where the little hat would be kind of hanging back off of his head. And so I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this is the back of him, basically, is what we want. Now, if I wanted the front of him, then I could probably put the hat on like this and create a little face here so that I could actually have him looking from the front and maybe get a little baby shirt and fill that up. But that's not what I'm doing. I am doing him looking like we're looking at him from behind. So I'm going to be turning these so that the back is facing the front of my wreath, and I'm gluing it from behind. So I'll be back because I'm going to go grab some of those U-pins and see if that will help me to attach these onto here. All right, I'm back, and I'm back with the U-pins. This is what a U-pin is, if you can see that on my hand right there. It is a U-shaped piece of wire, and they're also called S-pins because the top of them is actually kind of like shaped like a little S. But these are floral pins. They're U-pins or floral pins. And I'm going to put these aside because I'm going to be using those right now. I'm going to try and poke these through the 2 layers of denim. So I'm going to go like not where the waistband is, but right underneath where I know that I'm not going to be going through all that waistband fabric. So I'm going to poke those through. If that doesn't help, I'm just going to hot glue. I also want to make sure that I'm not going through this label in the back because it's just more fabric for me to poke through. One side so far has poked through. Let's try. There we go. Okay, so if you really try, this will poke all the way through. And we're gonna go ahead and put some glue on the tips of the U-pins. So as we push it in, they'll get attached. Push that in, and then I'm going to do the same on this other end. In the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and put lots of glue, not just some, but a lot. And you probably want to use a high glue gun, a high temperature glue, rather than using a little mini like I am. This is still a high temperature, but I really like using this little glue gun, and it was a gift, so I keep using it. Okay, let me go ahead and do the same where I poke through the front fabric. One side I already, there we go. It did poke through, great. It's just gonna take a little bit of muscle, but you can do it. If you don't have these U-pins, then you can use some wire. You can put it through the little loops of the little belt, little waistband loops here on the jeans, and then use that to wire around and tie it up really good. You can use flora wire, you can use chenille stems, or some people call them pipe cleaners. Okay, so I just want to make sure this is glued on really well. I'm going to hang it so that you can see that it has glued on well. Again, I'm going to have a lot of this straw everywhere, so I expect to be doing a lot of wiping off. So I expect to do that. Okay? Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to decorate my wreath. So I'm going to put it a little bit lower because this is where the denim pants are. I'm going to put it a little bit lower here so that you can see. I want to put this little straw hat right here, okay? So let's take off the tag right about here. I want the edge of the hat to go with the edge of the top of the wreath here. Right there, okay? So in order to secure it, I'm going to use some more of these floral pins, but you could just hot glue it on. Poke that through, right in there. I'm going to use another one. And, well, let's poke it through first. And get some glue in there, right in the middle. Okay, I'm just going to use my scissors to push down and get that pin in there. So that's what I've done. I'll put this sideways so that you can see what I've done. Okay, the next thing I want to do is now I just want to decorate this, but I also want to get some raffia, which I should have done that before I put it on here. I want to get some raffia coming out from here so that it looks like his hair. So that's where my long raffia is going to come in handy, or the one that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I thought I was going to use this one, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go for this. That I got from the Dollar Tree is that one. This is the one I got from Hobby Lobby because I think I have enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut little strands and fold this like so. And what I'm going to do is just put some, let's turn it around, okay? Let's turn it around. And we're going to put some hot glue right here, right in the middle. And press this down onto that glue. If you're scared to use your fingers, you're scared to burn yourself, then you can use your scissors, you can use your wire cutters, or if you have some tweezers to help you push down on the item so that it sticks, then use that, okay? Then I can just cut where I looped it and cut it just kind of scraggly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go and add some more on this side and also on this side. So it looks like that's the hair of the Scarecrow coming down. So let's get to that. All right, I've attached all this raffia to the back of my Scarecrow, and I've been saying it's Scarecrow boy. It could be a girl, doesn't matter. And it's up to you. Where's my little Scarecrow baby? How's that? So I'm going to turn it around, and as you can see, the little raffia hairs are now sticking out back here. So there you can see the back. This will be the back of my Scarecrow baby. Okay, let's put him this way. And now we want to decorate him or her or it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see. Let's get some of this off just so we can see clearly what we have. Move some of this raffia out of the way so I can have a nice clean area. And I'm still going to use it, so I'm only putting it over to the side. I'm not going to completely put it away. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to decorate my Scarecrow even more, and I want to put some of these flowers, and I want to put some of these flowers going around and some of them up here on the top. I do want a ribbon around his rim. So I had said that I had a thinner ribbon, and I also got this at the Dollar Tree. As a matter of fact, I got it today because I want to use it for another project, but I'm going to use a little bit of this, or maybe a lot of it, and I'll just go get some more for my other project, depends, because I think I want to use it at the bottom here. Okay, let's get rid of my little trash. I've got straw all over the floor, and I'm wearing socks, and I'm stepping all over it, and oh boy, it's going to get all over my socks, and that's okay. So I'm going to put this ribbon around it, like so. And I'm just going to have it like crisscross here at the bottom, like that. So I'm going to cut it right there at that length. That's the amount I'm going to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the ends of my ribbon at a bit of an angle here. So I have this type of angled edge, okay? So I'm just going to put a little drop of glue right up here at the top where I can kind of grab onto. And it won't go on perfectly because this is rounded, okay? And it does get smaller as it goes up. So the sides of this part here are angled. They're not straight up and down. So obviously my ribbon won't fit perfectly. So I just want to loosely put it on there. Put a little dot of glue over here, one over here. There, and the same on the other side, a dot of glue there, and right where it's going to crisscross over this little piece here. So just get it there and just crisscross it. So that's what you'll have, okay? All right, I want to make my bow because I want to know how much space my bow is going to take. I'm going to put a big old bow, and I think I want to put it down here in the bottom. Or maybe up here at the top. I don't know yet, but I'm going to go ahead and make it so that I can decide. That way I'll know where I'm going to put my greenery and such. So, okay. Let's make that bow. And I need to get some wire to wrap this up, so I'll be right back. All right, I got my floral wire. Just needed a little piece. And what I have here is a floral wire. All right, I wasn't sure if it was a recording, but let me start over. I got not over the whole thing, just the part about the wire. The wire is a 22 gauge. I got this at Hobby Lobby. You can get floral wire like this at Michael's. You can get some even at the Dollar Tree. I just need a little piece, and I've already cut one up. It's about 4 to 5 inches. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make my bow the way that I normally do it. Now, if you don't know how to make a bow and you would like to learn how to make a bow, just learn how to make different types of bows. Please leave a comment below asking and suggesting that that's what you'd like to see. You'd like a tutorial on creating bows with wire-edged ribbon, and I will do a video for you. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just do it how I normally do. Just make loops, twist. I'm probably not going to make a really big bow because I'm going to make it with just 5 loops. I want to see if I'll need the rest of the ribbon. I have a little bit left here. It's 3 yards. I normally use the whole 3 yards to make a bow. But I feel like I don't want my bow to be like necessarily the centerpiece of my wreath. So I'm just going to make something medium sized, I guess. So I just did 5 loops on my bow, and then I can just poof it up as soon as I've decided where I want to put it. I don't know if I want to put it up here or if I want to put it at the bottom here. I'm kind of going towards wanting to put it down here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to finish twisting this, and somewhere I have my little tool. Oh, there it is. Grab that. My needle nose pliers because I don't want to cut or poke myself with a wire. And I'm just going to roll that up. Put some glue right there where I want it, but lots of glue there. And then I'm going to attach my bow with my little streamers going downward. Okay, be careful not to burn yourself when you do this. I just did. Ouch. Okay. But I'm used to it. Okay. We're just going to stick that on there for now. It doesn't look very pretty right now because it's just kind of flat on there. But that's where I'm going to put it. And this raffia, if you don't like the hairs, you know, your raffia hair being that long, you can certainly trim it. You can put some more kind of sticking out from the sides here if you want. But that's what I'm going to do for now. Let me cut up some of these leaves that I have here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push them up as high as I can onto my little sticks here. And then just cut about 2-inch lengths, 1 to 2 inch lengths in the stick. Okay, so I don't need this part anymore. Throw that away. There's about 4 of them, so I'll probably be cutting all of them and I'll be using them. But I'm going to go ahead and do one at a time. And what I want to do is I just kind of want to stick these in there like so. Just stick them anywhere. Put a little bit of glue and just push them in there. Twist them so that the pretty side is up. And a lot of these little berries kind of come off of these little things because they're not very expensive. They're not very well done. So I'm just going to save these, and then what I'll do is anywhere that I see I need a little berry, I can just add a little drop of glue and then stick it back in there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to decorate it with these leaves, and I can put some on top of here. It's okay. We'll cover that up. Got one here with a little pumpkin. I want that one coming out right there. Excuse my sniffles. That's just from a long hot day of running around. Not from any other reason. And I'm just going to glue that onto the front there, part of the hat. And I'm going to poke that in right behind there. Okay, I'm going to keep cutting and I'm going to keep filling right here on the top edge, and then I'm going to fill right down here and I'll be back. All right, I wanted you to see what I've done so far. I've filled a little bit of the top and on one side of the bow. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side over here. And continue. And I've got that mesh that I've got. I'm also got that ready because I want to use that to fill in some of these little empty spots, and I want to fill in here on the sides. So I'm going to use that in a bit. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting some glue on the tips of these, and then I'm just poking them into the straw, just like that. Okay? Try to make sure that this raffia doesn't get caught in there, because I do kind of want it to be loose and just all over the place. Okay, so let me go ahead and continue. I got a little pumpkin, just like I did on the other side. Like that. Okay, I still got a lot of little bits of leaves here, and then I've got the ones in my little bags. Okay, that's what I've done so far. I'm going to take some of this orange and the brown, and I'm going to cut about 4 by 4, or what is this? This is about 6 inches, so I guess 6 by 6 to make them kind of square. So I'm going to cut 4 by 4, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying 4 by 4. By 6 by 6 squares of these, and I'm just going to layer them on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these same pins, these green pins, right in the middle, poke them, and then on the tips of these I'm going to put some glue on the tips of the greenery pin. And anywhere where I see where it looks kind of bare, I'm going to stick some of this in there so that I got these cute little loops. Okay, so that's what I want to do is I'm going to cut more of these and fill in, and we'll continue with the wreath. I don't want to run out of battery. I think my battery is going to be running low, so I'm going to stop this so I can cut a whole bunch of squares, and I'll be back. All right, I want to show you what I've done so far. You can see here where I filled it in with mesh, little loops here and there, and I've done 3 loops here, 3 loops here, and the loops are of brown and orange. And what I did is I kind of switched them, like orange on the bottom, brown on the top, brown on the bottom, orange on the top. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this part up here also. So this one, orange on the bottom, orange, brown on the top. You can do them all the same. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to cut 12 of the orange and 12 of the brown in a 6x6 more or less. Mine aren't exactly 6x6. Some of them I think are more like a 5x6 or even a 4x6, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm just filling in. And let's do it the other way around now. Alternate these. Again, alternate them. Oops. Okay. If you don't have these greening pens, you can't find them, what you can do is see how it kind of curls. So just kind of pull it like that, and right where you pull it, right here in these two, scrunch them up like that, wrap them with flora wire, and then you can then just glue the flora wire, or if you can poke the flora wire into your project here, you can just do it like that, or you can just try to get them in there in somewhere or another. You can use a large I don't even know what I'm saying, like a T-pin. They have those like pins, or even the quilter's pin. As long as it doesn't go through the little holes in the mesh, it'll work. Okay, let's put one there. And oops, I just dropped one of these pins on the floor. That'll be fun if I happen to step on it and get in my sock. Okay, let's not worry about that. Okay, one more up here somewhere. There we go. And you can see here where I have filled it in with the mesh. So now it looks fuller. It looks fuller on the top. It looks fuller on the bottom. Let's look at a few of these little leaves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut them right at the stem. So I just have that. And I'm going to use these to cover up the stems that where I glued on top of the little hat here. I'm just going to cover that up with that. Just a few. Actually, I don't even need that one here. Here's another one. Let's cover that one up. Okay. So that's what I did right here. And I've got a couple more of these, and I'm going to put them at the bottom because I can see that over here I could use a little bit more. There we go. And then one on the other side. And you can put as much of this mesh as you want. You can use it all up. I've still got a little bit on there, but I'm going to see. I think I'm liking the way it's looking. So I may not put any more. I may leave these little sides blank. So, okay. So I also had these leaves. I showed you that I had some in orange and some kind of in red. I think I'm going to use the orangey brown ones. And I'm just going to pull out more because I want... I'm not going to use these. Look, I came with these little meshy, glittery ones. They're really pretty. I'm going to save these for something else because I'm kind of thinking maybe these would be great on some candles or something really glitzy. Now these don't have any of the little stem, little green stem. It's just a little fabric cut out type of leaf. And you can just stick these anywhere. I'm just going to stick them some kind of behind just to fill in. Right here, back behind here, where I feel like I didn't have enough of the other ones. Now I don't need to use all of these because I may use these, well not may, but I will use these for another project. So these are awesome. I got these because, like I said at the beginning, I may or may not use them. But it's up to you if you want to get them, because I will be doing another project where I'll be using them. And if you want to see what that is, then want to make sure you get them ahead of time before they're gone, before they are gone. Okay, I'm going to put some right here with this little crisscross of the ribbon. I'm going to now grab, there's some smaller bits in here, the smaller ones. Put one there, little brownish one there. So I put it right with a crisscross like that, if you can see that. Okay, and then I got this little package of little acorns, so I also want to decorate those right there where these leaves are meeting. So let me put 3 of them. I feel like 3 is a good number. Let's get this glue. My goodness. Okay. Like that. See what I did there? Sorry, I keep pushing the camera. But that's what the wreath is looking like. Okay, I also had these, I have a lot of stuff that I bought, and I'm going to be using a little bit of everything. So it's always nice to have lots of things left over. That doesn't mean you have to use, just because you bought it doesn't mean you have to use the whole packet, because you can certainly use these for something else. I'm going to put these in their little bag because I really shouldn't have pulled them all out. Sorry, I just have to clean as I go along. Okay, before I forget, because I seem to be forgetting, that I wanted to put some of this ribbon at the bottom, right here where I tied it before. So I'm going to get some more raffia. Some more raffia that's here. Little strings. Cut those off. And tie around. I knotted some more. There we go. And then just trim them off as you like. Okay, let me do the other side here. I have this country song in my head. It's that I Want to Make You Feel Wanted. That's such a beautiful song. It's just been going through my head. I went shopping with my husband earlier, and we always have it on the country station, and that was one of the songs, I think one of the last songs that was on the radio that I was listening to. It's such a pretty song. It always brings tears to my eyes. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Okay, anyway. I almost started singing it right now. It's the only reason that I mention it, so there we go. If I was a fantastic singer, or if I thought I was, I'd sing it for you, but I'm not. Okay, so now we're going to tie some of this ribbon, and I just want to kind of cut it to more or less the length. And what I want to do again is I want to trim those little edges so they're kind of at an angle cut. On here, and just knot it. If you want to make it into a little bow, that's up to you, but I'm just going to knot it. Okay, another piece on the other side, more or less. If you want to cut them at the same time, cut them at the same length, go right ahead. But if you can just eyeball it, fantastic. Okay, get that on there. And knot that. Now what I want to do is, so these little ribbons aren't like in every direction, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist them so the pretty side, because the one side it's got brown, the other side it's got little prints. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and glue them down so that the little pretty side is always facing everybody. I was showing off. Look how beautiful I am. So that's what I did. Just glued them down. So you can see the ends there, just like that. You can do whatever bows you want to do. Ooh, lots and lots of hay. Okay. Look at that. It's looking really pretty. I could actually stop right there, but I'm going to go ahead and put some sunflowers in these cute little grasses that I got. Let's remove these tags. I don't know when I'm moving the tags because I'm going to end up cutting the flowers at a higher point. But anyway, I've done that. So now what we want to do is push up the leaves and the flowers up to the top. Don't push it all the way. You don't want to end up pushing them off the stem completely. And just cut about 1 inch to 2 inches of stem to each little flower. Okay. There should be 7 on there, but there was only 6. So one of them fell off somewhere, and I'm not going to cry about it. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the little stems and then just poke them wherever I feel I have a little empty space. That's pretty. Let's do some on the other side. About right there. Try not to put it where there's a little pumpkin because you don't want to cover the little pumpkin or the little berries. I feel like this space kind of next to this pumpkin needs a flower. So I'm going to put one right there. Got 2 more. Since this is kind of like sort of balanced, you know, when I'm putting on one side, I'm putting on the other. It's okay to use an even number, but normally when I'm doing anything with floral arrangements, I work with odd numbers. But in this case, even numbers is just fine. Of course, that 7th flower could have gone right dead center here, or even been placed right on the hat. Oops, gonna get it in there, but I don't want to cover up that little pumpkin. Okay, so that's what I've done. See? Now I wish I had bought another little bush of those sunflowers because I would love to have put some way more on there. Okay, let's get these guys. Oops, I've completely pushed these off their little stem. What I told you not to do, right? Okay, so now you know. Don't push them all the way. Okay, let's cut these. And these I'm going to put glue also on the stem. But I'm not going to poke them through. What I'm going to do is kind of like lie them in there so that they kind of catch on to something and get glued. So I put this one right here. Let me add another. That kind of fills in that little empty spot, if you will. Go behind the leaves. Try not to get them at the same level or length. I'm at different levels. One up a little higher, one up a little lower. Oh, come on, honey. Let's cut you off right there. Okay. I want to make you feel wanted. See, I can't sing. Can't even think of the melody. I just lost it. Okay. Let's get that cut off. And I feel like I want to put one right here so it goes like across the little hat there somehow. I don't want to cover up the little hat too much, so don't put too much on the hat. You want to be able to see it. But there you go. That's what I've done with that. I think my wreath is done. What do you think? I'm going to go ahead and hang it. What I need to do is I'm going to turn this around so that you can see what I'm going to do. You can get some of this floral wire, make yourself a little loop, and twist it really good, and then stick the twisted part into there with some glue so that you have a little something to hang it with. I like to use these U-pins. Again, I'm going to put some glue on the on the tips of it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it in there, but I'm not going to push it all the way in. I'm going to have some of it sticking out, and I want it to kind of be like perpendicular, I guess is the word, but not really, kind of angled perpendicular to the wreath. So it's sticking out. So as you can see, my finger can go underneath it because that's where I want this to catch onto the nail that I have on my door. Now, if you have a wreath hanger and you want to hang it from there, you can also make just a little loop to put on the edge because obviously this little hat's going to keep it from really, you know, just hanging on the wreath hanger. So make sure you put like a little wire that you can wire onto the end of the wreath hanger that you may have on your door, or if you're going to hang it indoors, just put something that will hook onto whatever you have indoors. Okay, I'm going to take this outside. This is done. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really pretty. I'm going to take it outside, hang it up so you can see what it looks like. I'll be back. All right, everyone, here we go. My wreath is hanging on my wall, and I went, or not on my wall, but on my front door. There you go. Let's step back a bit so you can see what it looks like. Right there on the front door. That's so pretty. I'm really happy with it. I hope you like my tutorial. I hope that it inspires you to create something similar, or at least inspires you to create your fall wreath for your door, for inside your home. This can be given as a gift. That's a great thing to get started. So go ahead and get your supplies now because a lot of these fall items are running out in the store. So you want to go ahead and get those now. Don't wait too long. The little jeans, again, you can get them at any thrift store. If you have a little baby that's left some behind, use those. You can use some different, like little overalls. You can use maybe some little pink jeans or little pink pants, whatever you want. Just create it to your heart's desire. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a nice comment down below of what you think and any suggestions that you might have for any future videos. As always, subscribe and please share in your social media. As always, enjoy.